Hello and welcome back to my channel today. I believe we're on vlog number 7 now and we're roughly about 4 to 5 weeks since I shaved my head. So welcome back. First of all, I just want to jump straight in and sort of say the reason my vlogs haven't been quite as frequent lately, or by the time you're getting them a few weeks ago, is because I've just been taking a lot of time to sort of adjust to this new reality. I think for quite a while I haven't particularly felt comfortable in front of the camera, and with working from home a lot at the moment I've obviously been going around sort of without hair and makeup on, that sort of thing. So for quite a while it's been difficult for me to feel the want to get dressed up and sit in front of the camera. So definitely sort of the thing that you can sort of tell straight off the bat is like I said, trying to be comfortable at the moment has been extremely difficult. That's probably the most significant thing that has been a problem in the last few weeks since my first vlog, since I shaved my head. The biggest adjustment was obviously getting used to having hair again. So I know that actually sounds really weird, but right before I shaved my head I pretty much had no hair at all. I was getting used to sort of wearing bandanas constantly, that sort of thing, and so I actually got used to having no hair before I completely had no hair, and so getting used to having a full head of hair again has been a complete change. The biggest thing is looking in the mirror. It's been very difficult to recognise the person looking back. So the biggest trouble with that is every time I've been getting ready to go out at the moment, it's coming to terms with this new sort of reality. And for the best part is, I think I look how I used to look, but it's not me how I looked before I shaved my head, it's me from about 3-4 years ago. And then there's also been sort of the adjustments where I've come home, got used to me wearing hair, and then I will obviously take my hair off, and then I've got to go through that mental process again of seeing myself bald again, and that has been something that's been very up and down. I think the main thing is, if I've been wearing hair for so long all day and I've got used to being out and about in it, that sort of thing, I actually find it harder taking it off at the end of the day because I have got used to seeing that again. The other week or so ago I wore it all day, and then when I came home I continued to wear it for the rest of the evening. So then when it came to bed and I had to take my hair off, it was actually quite a surprising amount of feeling like I got kicked in the stomach. So it was kind of like that, wow, yeah, I forgot I was doing this and this was a thing. It was quite a horrible moment actually, because it was sort of at that point where I was like, I just wish I could live and breathe in my wig now, and I really wasn't happy taking it off again. So what I've actually done to sort of try and adjust to this a bit more is sort of every time I have been wearing it out and about all day is come home and take it off straight away. So it's becoming part of my routine to take it off right away. Now, taking it off right away isn't something I'd necessarily recommend if you were doing this every day. For me, obviously, I'm only going out once, maybe twice a week, that sort of thing, and every time I'm not wearing tape, so I'm not ruining the wig as quickly, I guess you could say. So the other big change that's really happening over the last sort of few weeks is that my alopecia is continuing to get worse. So I think at this point it is safe to say I've gone from Alopecia Areata to Totallis, and now even that's progressing even further to Universalis. The biggest indicator for this is that all my eyebrows and eyelashes are going. Now, this was something I'd noticed they started falling out a bit more, but now it's more of a definite, okay, they're completely going now. I'm struggling to hold on to what I've got left, and I daren't go out the house at the moment without any fake eyelashes or that sort of thing. And surprisingly, to me at least, this is actually hitting me really hard. So in some respects I've been suffering worse over the last couple of weeks now than what I did when I first shaved my head. This is mainly because for me, my eyelashes and eyebrows are probably the bit that I most, I guess you could say, use to a degree. So I've always been into doing my makeup since I was about 12 years old, before I did anything more than straighten my hair. So my hair always was a big part of how I looked, but I've been doing my makeup for as long as I can remember, and it's something I guess I can deal with more to a degree, or I have dealt with more. But the problem is now, obviously, my eyelashes are disappearing, and for me especially, I have like these really nice big eyes, and it was probably one of the main things that I liked about myself. There's not really that many things that I do like about myself, but that was something that I always put in the plus category. I guess my eyelashes, I've took it quite hard. My eyebrows going, I have been gutted about, but at least I know there's things I can do to sort of compensate for that. So I can go for microblading or ombre brows like I did start, but annoyingly didn't get to finish before COVID happened. But with my eyelashes, it's a bit more of a struggle, because obviously I've looked into getting fake eyelashes, but you can't do it without any eyelashes at all. So the issue with that is, obviously, I am going to have to go into wearing fake eyelashes on a permanent basis. And I think the biggest problem with that for me at the moment is the overwhelmingness of how long it's taken me to get ready every day, and it's a big struggle. So I've mentioned before, I suffer with fibromyalgia, which makes things that are long and taskful feel like a marathon. So for me, getting ready every day is pretty much running that marathon. I've got to get up, do my hair, do my lashes, and it's such a lot of effort every single day. And that is just for if I wanted to walk around the shop. I mean, I know I don't have to, but for me, I've always been very much sort of I like wearing at least a little bit of makeup, even just to walk around the shop. But now that even just a little bit has become a lot of it, because I don't really have the choice, because I'm having to infill for things that are no longer even there before I can even start and get ready like a normal person. So another big problem that I'm sort of having is obviously coming to terms with this new sort of style. The big thing that I'm really struggling with is I can't curl my hair, or well, I can curl my hair, but it's gonna wear it out much quicker than what it would if I use less tools on it. No different to normal hair, but the problem is obviously with normal hair, your hair grows out and you cut away the dead stuff. I can't afford to do that at the moment, and well, it doesn't grow, obviously. The other thing with this wig is obviously if it's constantly straight and it's the only one that I've got, I'm not getting those sort of retro and vintage vibes that I like. So when I'm getting dressed up to see people and that sort of thing, I'm actually really struggling to sort of feel like myself, rather than I'm putting on a costume of myself to feel comfortable to impress in front of other people. It's really weird, because I've sort of spent so many years of my life finally getting comfortable with the skin that I'm in, and just sort of feeling like myself and just being okay with it and not giving a crap what anyone else thinks. And so it's really bizarre for me having to sort of, it's just really sort of weird putting on clothes and stuff in ways that they're all my own clothes, but like it's not what I want to look like. Like I just feel very limited, I guess you could say. I've just sort of got used to sort of having a wardrobe full of clothes where I could wear really sort of retro pencil skirts and circle skirts and that sort of thing, and now I don't feel like it looks right with straight hair, because I've got so used to curling my hair, teasing it, hairspraying it like this, putting rollers in it like this, and now I feel very much like I can't quite do that. I can't quite be as creative as what I normally have been. And so to wear outfits that I feel look right with having straight hair constantly and stuff like that, outfits that aren't necessarily what I want to wear so much as I still feel look good and I still feel okay about myself, but I've been struggling not feeling excited, I guess you could say. I've not been feeling excited about going out. I've not been feeling excited about dressing up, which is, for me, is a really So for anyone sort of wondering, why don't I just get a vintage style wig or something that I can curl, or just get another human hair wig that I can style myself maybe, that sort of thing. The main sort of problem is just money, to be honest. Me and my husband, we obviously live comfortably. We you know, all bills are paid, that sort of thing, but we don't have as much money for luxury items as what we would like. And unfortunately, at the moment, hair kind of comes into that category, because at the moment I've got hair and that fulfills the essentials. The problem is obviously the luxury things, like I said. So where I want to go get my eyebrows microbladed, we don't have the spare influx of an extra £100 or so. And for anyone who already wears alternative hair, then you know wigs exactly aren't cheap. Obviously there's sort of cheaper artificial wigs, that sort of thing, but I've struggled to be happy with any single artificial wig that I've bought at the moment. So any that I have bought previously, just I'm so self-insecure that I don't like certain elements of them. So if I can tell that they look like a wig, I'm not going to wear them, because I really struggle with things that I notice. So a big example of that is obviously if the knots aren't bleached and you end up with this sort of like dotted effect on your scalp, then if I can see that, I'm instantly like, no, don't want to wear it, no. The other big problem is obviously with vintage style wigs and stuff like that, is they're very niche. So the stylists that do them, a lot of the time they're artificial wigs in the first place, and a lot of the time they're done for more costume based things. So the few people that I have come across in the past have been more for like cosplays and that sort of thing. There's very little out there for people who want legitimate vintage style wigs, but also to be as realistic looking as possible. So I briefly touched upon this in my last vlog, but I'm just going to go over it again anyway, just because it has been something that's been reoccurring for me even recently. I've at this point seen a few family and a few friends. I've been trying to keep it as limited as possible, just because of feeling comfortable and ready and just trying to take baby steps. I think everyone's suddenly wanted to see me, and I've just been felt really overwhelmed by that. So I don't think people realise how every time I'm putting my wig on at the moment, I am having to come to terms with wearing it. I'm having to come to terms with, does it look okay? And then if something goes wrong while I'm putting it on, then it can really stress me out, and it can be really difficult to not feel anxious and paranoid after something's gone wrong. So a great example I've got of that is of when I was due to have some friends round a couple of weeks ago, and I was going to brave, it sounds really weird, I was going to brave wearing it down like I am now, but then as I was putting it on, I had the tape go funny, so it all creased up and I ended up getting a bubble, and then I had to take it off and then put it back on, and then after that sort of ordeal I just became really sort of like, I don't know if this is the right time for me to wear my hair down in front of people yet. I don't know if I'm comfortable with them seeing me in a wig. Are they going to know it's a wig? Is it going to come unstuck again, was the other thing. Have I stuck it down right, is the other bit, obviously. And so what I ended up doing was wearing the wig, and a bit like my last vlog, I still wore the wig but put my bandana over it. So I just felt like I had that extra security. I just sort of felt like, you know, it's a more familiar look from when they would have last seen me. And not only that, the bandana, obviously if my hair's down and over these sort of bits, I'm hiding more of it. I guess the only bit you can really sort of see is the sort of parting and this little bit, and then the rest is hidden, but you'll have noticed that in my last video anyway. Then after that, I have seen my mum and sisters, but I made sure it was sort of an occasion where well, they made sure anyway, that it was sort of an occasion where I was seeing just them. So it wasn't the whole family, it wasn't all my nieces, it wasn't all their partners and everyone, it was just them. It was sort of a bit of a girls' night, so we sort of could have a bit of chat. When they had some questions, I could answer it, that sort of thing, which was quite nice because it just felt like it was easing me into things. I think it also helped them a lot because they didn't feel, as I hope anyway, they came away from it feeling a bit less insecure themselves, that they could question me on things. I think they've been so worried about how I'm going to react if they try and offer support, and they don't know what to do. It's a bit of an alien situation for all of us, so obviously they want to show support, but they've not been quite comfortable to know how to show it. Since then, I've actually only seen my mum and dad in my hair while it's down once. So I've gone out with my husband quite a few times with my hair down now, but seeing other people just feels like a bit of a different situation. I'm not too sure why. I think this is very much a personal thing. I don't think it's really going to apply to everyone necessarily, but it's definitely been a big deal for me. And like I said, I guess wearing a bandana has been sort of my safety net for me to sort of ease into things. So I just sort of think at this point it's going to be that sort of situation where every time I meet someone for the first time since I shaved my head, I'll probably wear a bandana just because it feels more of a comfortable, safe place, and somewhere I can be less anxious at least about one thing rather than the million of things. And so I'm going to try then, when I see people for the second time, to then wear my hair down, because then I'm not only easing myself into things, I'm easing them into it as well. I'm fairly sure that if you knew I was shaving my head or have shaved my head, the first thing you're going to want to do when you see me, because I would be the exact same, is look at the hair and go, I can't tell if that's a wig or not. But either way, wearing a bandana and stuff, it sort of closes off a few or more of those questions and just leaves it for the next time where people feel a bit more comfortable, both myself and at the parties included. Other than that, there's not really much else to update you on at this stage. Just because I am easing into things, there's still some friends I would like to see that I haven't seen in quite a while, both due to being at home a lot because of the good old COVID-19 situations, as well as just coming to terms with my hair. It just kind of all fell a bit of a funny time. Right as we were finally being able to see people, I decided to go shave my head and decide to become a recluse for a few more weeks. Something that I do sort of want to do in the coming weeks, I guess you could say, hopefully before I record another vlog, will be just see a few more people in general, push myself that boundary just ever so slightly, just pushing it out of my comfort zone enough that I'm moving forward, but not in a way that I am not capable of handling, and just taking it slow, just taking it steady. I'm not going to let anyone pressure me to do things outside my limits. That's something that's cropped up a couple of times, but I'm definitely standing by my own sort of, I'm just standing by myself and just sort of keeping control of the situations that I feel comfortable with. So for this video, I think that pretty much sums up everything up until this point. Like I said, we're roughly about I think it's about more like 5 weeks now since I shaved my head. I hope to record another video soon and just update you as things go on, and hopefully do a few more interesting videos along the way. I've got some bigger things planned, but obviously they take more time, and it's finding moments when I'm dressed up already to take advantage of when I've already got my hair on, that sort of thing. So I do plan on various videos coming along the way, so please, if you're watching, it's not going to be just vlogs. I've got a lot more videos planned coming up to do with my skin as well, so I definitely want to do quite a few videos covering my eczema and my atopic dermatitis. So in the meantime, please like, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you soon.